with Andy Woodman after the 2-0 defeat at home to Grimsby. Andy, let's go with the positives first. Should have been 1-0 up at half time at least?
1 or 2, yeah. But is that the positives? Because we're not putting those balls in the back of the net, and that's a bit more of a negative. They were good chances for us, but you can't expect to not take them and then gift them chances the other end.
The second half is what people focus on. I've not seen that in a while, maybe not even the whole season, where once the goal goes in, it's a bit of a freak, albeit improvised, actually you could say brilliant finish, but the team seemed to just, whether it was lose belief or just
nerves.
Not, was it nerves?
I just think he went all nervous, and I don't know why. Look, we're in a league that's new to us. We're going to have tough days. It was never going to be all our own way throughout this season. If anyone thought that, they was mad. And when it gets like that, you've got to just steady the ship and just stay in the game. And we went all nervous. Our passing was poor. Our decision making was poor. And there was too many players out there that went into that mode and started dropping off. And the space was there for them, and they made us look very, very nervous.
I think you've made your first change around, I don't know, 64, maybe 63, 62. Were you wanting to possibly do it a bit earlier, or why did you make the changes when you did, or did you want to see if they could get a grip?
Adam Mayer hasn't played a lot of football, so he can only play 60 minutes. We've been speaking to Millwall. He's not had a lot of football, not a lot of training, so we had to be mindful of, if he plays 90 minutes today, we're running a risk if he's going to pull his hamstring again. So we had to be careful of that. So that was one change. And then, you want to freshen up a little bit and get some ball players on the pitch and try getting, ball carriers on the pitch with Cam and that. Look, we just didn't hit the right notes second half today, and I can't dress it up any other way. We was poor.
Is it harder? Well, it's a higher league, I'm sure it is, but is it harder in this league that once you go a goal behind, teams are just a bit more savvy in how to protect their lead?
Well, I think it's what teams do. I think teams got better at it. Not just this league, but right the way across football. If you get a guy in front, teams will shut up shop, and you've got to be brave then, and you've got to be brave, and you've got to show confidence, and you've got to create pressure on their goal, and we didn't do that.
Were you a bit disappointed with I'm going to call it the run-in, or do you think it's actually more complex than that? There were times in that second half where I thought the Grimsby players were just winning the kind of second contact.
Second balls, I think you're right. I think they won too many second balls in the middle of the park. I've just said that, and it's not like they're a team of giants. I thought we was very meek and very weak in a lot of areas today, and that's something I've not said many times since I've been here. So that disappointed me. And look, the truth is, I've got to pick a team now that's just going to be like dogged and rugged and solid.
Yeah, and given the next two games are Salford away on Tuesday, MK Dons away on the Saturday, it's not getting any easier. So
I knew this was going to be a tough month. There was no way it wasn't going to be a tough month. I'd looked at this month coming up; it was always going to be tough. But then look, the whole season was always going to be tough. If we thought it was going to be a walk in the park, we'd have been a little bit silly to think like that. Look, it's not doom and gloom totally. We're in the league that we wanted to be in. I must remind everyone of that. We're having good days and bad days, and we'll be all right. We just got to make sure we go back to basics and just keep the confidence around this place. And I thought the fans were brilliant as well. I have to say that they stayed with us, and it's tough for them as well. But they understand. I know they understand. It's tough.
Just a final one, and it's actually nothing to do with today. I've seen a couple of departures this week. One of them, a stalwart in Cal Reynolds, gone back to Boreham Wood. Any words around some of those players gone?
I'll always speak openly. Callum Reynolds was a player that's been with me for a little while. He had some personal situation that he wanted me to address for him and help him with, and he had an opportunity to go to a club that he knows, and he can probably prolong his career a lot longer, and a contract that helps him and his family. I couldn't give him that, and equally, this boy's been travelling, and I'm not making an excuse for him. He's been travelling from pretty much Milton Keynes every day here, and the demands of being a professional footballer at my football club are tough. And I just felt that he was ready to sort of just maybe take the foot off the gas a little bit, and I mean that with respect to Cal, and go somewhere that's a bit closer to his family life and all of that, and I had to respect his decision for his family. So that was that, and people can look into that when they want, but that's the facts of it. Levi, people can say he hasn't had a chance, he hasn't done this, he hasn't done that. We should remind ourselves that Levi come from Conference South last season and got catapulted into our team, into a promotion team. And we've got Michael Cheek that's been doing it up top, and it's been hard for Levi to get his chances, and he's been frustrated. And we got an offer that was just too good to turn down. And if for someone that I haven't played as much, and I must remind people, like, I see these players every day. You see him like 20 minutes or 15 minutes. I see him every day, and it was too good an offer for us to turn down. So I thought that was good business for us.
No worries. Thank you, Andy.
Cheers.